All right, it's Monday night in the Bahamas. We've been here since Friday. And Aaron and I have decided, it's not clickbait, what you just saw in the title is true. We are leaving the Bahamas early. Aaron and I have decided to go our own separate ways. No, we are leaving early, but this is not a breakup thing.
Oh, babe.
So realistically, when we got here to the Bahamas, we didn't know much about the Bahamas. Okay, plain and simple, we were like, Bahamas, warm weather.
Sounds
and
good.
We go to Mexico, and there's a lot of stuff to do in Mexico. There's, constant, like, on the go.
Right.
It's high energy, it's stuff like that. You don't have to get shit-faced all the time to have a good time, right? There's shops, there's stores, a movie theater, a cool gym to go to.
Yep.
You can take a ferry over you can go to Playa del Carmen, take a ferry over to Cozumel. There's so many things to do. We get here on Friday, and we check into the resort. And I'm like, oh, it's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's nice, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
We get to the room, it's a nice new modern room. You see it behind us, oh, cool.
It's cool.
Great.
Oh.
So we start to look at the rest of the hotel, like the resort, which is like 100 square feet. I mean, there's there's nothing here. There's like one little shop.
There's nothing
and
here.
like a fucking Reese's peanut butter cup is like $25. It's ridiculously expensive.
Hey, at least I could find them here in Mexico. I couldn't even.
Right, we couldn't find them in Mexico. So we start like off the day. The next day, like it was supposed to rain every day while we're here too. So we're like, what are we gonna do if it rains? There ain't shit to do around here if it rains, right?
There's
nothing. We'll go downtown because there's like these shops downtown.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the downtown sounds cool, right? We'll do that if it rains, no problem. So we kind of look around here and we're like, okay, the first day it didn't rain, so we went to the pool and stuff. And like for her and I have ADD, I have to be on the go all the time. She's the type of person like she'll get up in the morning here and then go do cardio, not because she's fat and needs to do it, it's because she wants something to do, like to be on the go. Like that's her personality.
Mm-hmm.
So aside from doing cardio 4 times a day here and fucking working, like
whatever.
you don't want to fucking do on your vacation, right? You don't mind working out, but doing cardio like 3 times a day because there's nothing else to do. And I'm like, we'll go get massages. So we go down there. There's like one person working at the massage place. She's like, we're booked up. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll call you if someone doesn't show up. Like we're supposed to sit in the room for the next 3 hours and wait.
Well, who wouldn't show up? There's nothing else to do.
Right. So
they're not going
like,
to miss their massage appointment.
There's literally nothing to do here. But if you like to drink, you'll have a great time here because it's all inclusive. But the food's okay here. The food's good, which is cool.
Yeah.
But like there's one pool, which most of the resorts have several pools. Like Atlantis has 11 pools. Maybe we should have went to Atlantis. But the bottom line is, this here in Atlantis, and when you go over into the town, we went to the town for a day, right? So we go to town. There's one restaurant to eat there, the Hard Rock. It was $17 for a cheeseburger. The bill for 2 of us for a burger and a sandwich was fucking $81, not including tip. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, what did we get? I'm like,
my iced tea was like $4.
it was ridiculous, right? So I'm like, cool, whatever, right? We walk around, half hour, we're done with all the shops. All of them.
And there was nothing. We bought nothing.
No, we didn't buy anything. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, what do we do now? Like, we did the shops. Fuck, if it rains, we can't even come back here. We already did it all. So we're sitting here yesterday, and like, I was thinking about it. She was thinking about it. We weren't really telling each other about it. Because I'm like, if she's having a great time, I don't want to say anything. And she's like, if he's having a great time, I don't want to say anything. And we could both kind of look at each other. I was like, so are you having a good time? And she's like, yeah, are you? Like, in a real weird way. And I'm like, and like, there was this couple we saw in the elevator when we first got here, and we thought the place was cool. And don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's just, there's nothing to fucking do. It's like to get away and do nothing, and that's just not for us.
I can't do that.
So this couple was like, do you like the place? And we're like, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
Do you
sure.
like it? And she goes, it was with her sunglasses on. She goes, it's okay. Like, you could tell they were bored as fuck, too. And I'm like, something's up. So we were talking, and I was like, I said, I felt really bad because the honeymoon is supposed to be like this big magical thing, and, we kind of realized that.
It spurred a conversation on what is what supposed to be?
Right.
What is anything supposed to be? A honeymoon, a wedding, a marriage, what your life plan? What is it supposed to be? Like, what does that even mean?
Right. So we had this like kind of talk, and it's cool because that's what we do a lot. We talk. We came to realize like the honeymoon is like you are supposed to go out and have this great time with the person that you're with, but when I come home at the end of the day, I'm super happy to come home to Aaron in my life. Like I don't like leaving my life because I don't need a vacation. Jesus Christ. I don't need it. Be nice to your wife 101.
It works.
I don't need a vacation from my life. I don't. I need to slow down and step back from it and rest a little bit.
Yes.
But for a day or two, I'm cool. Like, and I'm glad to come here where it's warm.
Yeah.
And have some sunshine and stuff. But I don't need to stay here a fucking week. I mean, I just don't. like I like to go to the movies. I like to go out to eat. I like to do different things. And like, you can't even come to a restaurant here. It's like first come first serve. and if you're not down there an hour before, standing there in the fucking line, sweating in the fucking foyer,
Like an animal.
and some of the restaurants aren't even open, and they don't even post that they're not open. So you're waiting, and it's getting ready to open. They're like, oh, by the way, it's closed. They forgot to put the sign up. I'm like, so we waited in line for an hour for nothing. We go to the other restaurant that's open, and we may not even be able to get in there because we were waiting at this one, and we didn't know. I was just like, the lack of communication was. Tell them about the fucking the line. So all inclusive means everything's paid for. You don't pay for anything; it's already there, right? First come, first serve, everything. Those are the rules, right?
So I'm in line, and of course I'm looking at the grilled chicken, which is pretty good here. So I walk up to get the grilled chicken, and there's no grilled chicken, but they're cooking. So you just have to hang out for a second and be patient. So I did. And you know, you're doing the hold the plate thing. I was standing there a long time. My arm hurt. So I switched arms. You know, I'm there probably a good 10 minutes, but they're cooking. It's fine. I'm not going to die. And this guy walks up and he decides he wants to wait for chicken too. And I just kind of acknowledged him. And then he stood there for a minute. He reached into his pocket and I noticed he pulled out money. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. Why do you have money at like the buffet? He flips a couple bills. He puts the rest pocket. He reaches over. He hands the guy who's cooking the money. And the guy goes, oh, yeah, okay. He takes the money, takes a plate, plates some chicken, and hands it to him.
First come, first serve. I was so mad because you're not supposed to do that. And obviously, like, money talks, I get it. But, like, that's a fucking dick move for anyone to do. If anyone's waiting, you just don't do shit like that.
I mean, I get it. Money talks, and if you want to pay for it, yeah, okay, I got it. But, dude, that's a dick move.
But let us know. Like, if you can tip somebody, you'll get shit faster. You know, we'll do it. But, like, if someone's standing there, if I walk up and saw a woman or even a dude standing there, I wouldn't make that move. I mean, you know, and it's not the hotel's fault, but, I mean, they're people, but they're people working. They're not supposed to do that, so they do it. So you're like, whatever. So you don't complain about shit like that. The you know, when we finally decided like maybe we should look into this is hilarious. So we're having this talk about what is a honeymoon, and basically our lives are like a honeymoon, right? So what the fuck are we doing?
Can you imagine this conversation? Okay, so you don't want to stay the whole time. Are you mad at me?
Like,
no,
is it because we're here together? No, I fucking
are you
no.
happy
It's
with
just
me?
I'm bored as fuck.
You are okay. Okay, so you're just bored. Yeah, I'm bored. Okay.
So we decide we're gonna go to Mexico.
Yeah.
We're gonna hop a plane and go from fucking Bahamas to Mexico.
I'm searching flights.
So she's searching flights and stuff. I kind of took a nap, and she finds out we have to take a flight from the Bahamas, which is international, to Atlanta, which we'd have to go through customs in the Bahamas, customs in America, then fly back to Mexico, go through customs there for like $2,000.
It would have been $2,000.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, we're not doing that. So we just decided that we're actually going to come home one day early because of the fact that, like, you know, here's what's fucked up is her and I both, like, she's actually getting a promotion at work and is waiting to hear about that. So it's not stressful, but that's exciting and she can't wait to get back to that. I, of course, am really into doing what I do and I enjoy it, and I actually miss making the videos. I miss, you know, my clients. I miss doing that stuff. So after a couple of days, we're both like, look, we miss our lives. The honeymoon thing was geared towards, you know, when our parents were kids, they didn't even live together.
Right.
They got married. They went on a honeymoon straight from the marriage. They, you know, went out there and fucked for 10 days or whatever they did. And then later on they came back. They got a house together or whatever. Like, it's not like that anymore. So whose fucking life are we living? We're following someone else's rules going...
Right. That's stupid. We don't do that anyway.
No, we don't
never
follow
have.
rules anyway. So it's like, what do we want to do? So both of us miss Brady, so we'd like to get back to him.
Boo-boo.
And with her work schedule, it's hard for her to find time to grocery shopping. That too, but
I find time to do that though.
Christmas shopping.
Christmas shopping.
She was like, I really need us a whole day to Christmas shop.
Yeah.
So if we actually got there before, she goes, we could actually go to the mall. I could get the shopping done for my parents and get everything done that I need to do and not stress out about that. So it's like we'd be coming off a honeymoon, stressing out about what was going on for the next couple weeks, and then I leave for LA a couple weeks after that. So it's like we have shit that we need to get done, and I was like, why don't we just go home a day early? Like, fuck it. We'll cut. I mean, who the fuck cuts their honeymoon? Most people are like, my honeymoon. We're not fucking drunk as fuck. You
My
know what I mean?
honeymoon was so wonderful. I'm like,
we can't even go
cool.
bowling here or play video. There's nothing to do. Like the TV, like you can't see the fucking TV. It's like there's no HDMI cable, so it's just snow. So you're trying to see the thing through the fucking snow, and like the remote has to be at the fucking right angle. I'm just like, fuck, forget it. Like everybody's nice here. It's really cool, but I want to kind of get back to my life with her, which is, you know, what was weird was we were both on the same page, but neither one of us wanted to say anything to the other one because we didn't want to upset the other one in case the other one was having such a great time.
Hey, doesn't this honeymoon kind of suck? I mean, it's like really boring, right? Do you feel like that? No. Let's reword that.
So for further notice, if you want to go to the Bahamas, right, and get away and not fucking talk to anyone really and just be like quiet and not have much to do, this is the place to come.
Absolutely.
If you want to come to the Bahamas and get drunk as fuck for 7 days, and not, because there's people out right now, they probably don't know what the fuck their names are.
Yeah.
They're so fucked up, and that's great, they're having a great time, that's for you. But if you are the type of person who, you know, likes to be on the go and likes to have shit to do, I mean, there's snorkeling and shit like that here, but I don't really want to get eaten by a shark or go snorkeling. You know, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to go, I don't want to do that. Like, just the random shit that they have to do here, I've already done in Mexico, so it's like, it's not really anything new, but, you know, it was kind of interesting how we just kind of, we're both on the same page, and we're like, people are never going to understand that we cut our fucking honeymoon short because it was fucking boring for us.
But that is the whole point of our relationship, because this is the best communication I've ever had between me and anyone.
Right.
Any of my girlfriends, anybody I've ever known, my family, anyone. We can just talk about shit. There's no filter. Leave your ego at the door and just say whatever it is and find a way to obviously not hurt the other one.
Right.
Especially because
Well,
I'm
there's
not,
nothing to hurt in this situation.
I'm not
but,
mad at him.
Like, what was interesting is both of us were kind of feeling awkward for a couple days while we were here, and then we talked about it last night, and today was actually a better day. We had a better day because we talked it out and we're both on the
did.
same page, but
Yeah.
we're still both bored as fuck. Like, after lunch, we were looking at each other like, what do you want to do? Let's go lay back outside again. Like, look, I get tan in fucking 14 seconds. I don't need to be out there for fucking 9 hours laying in the sun. She burns in 3 seconds. She's going to catch on fire if we're out
Honestly,
there
I'm
too
gonna
long.
burst into
So it's
flames.
like, you know, that shit for us is not, you know, not really for us, but...
It was like, oh, we're done with lunch, so in an hour I'm gonna have a bar, and then, hey, it's only 3 hours till dinner.
Till we eat again. I'm like, what the fuck?
Woo!
This is like being on a fucking contest prep. Like you're waiting for your next fucking meal. Except here's the bitch about it. If you miss, like we went to one of the things and it was closed, you can't take food back to your room. So basically, you're fucked if you didn't bring anything with you to eat. For 3 hours, you're gonna fucking be hungry. Unless you go buy those fucking weird Reese's peanut butter cups and shit they got in the thing, in the little
It's not a
store.
bad thing. It's not a
Like,
bad thing.
you know, you buy your codeine tablets and your fucking, it's just bizarre.
For real, you can buy
codeine over the counter here.
and peanut butter cups.
I don't, and they're like on the shelves.
Don't
like, they're
leave
not
the
even behind
buffet
that.
open.
Yeah, don't leave the buffet open. The people might get hurt themselves.
Give me the goddamn grilled chicken.
So, like, it could be 3 hours before you get anything to eat, and fucking, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to wait 3 hours. Now, luckily, we brought shit with us that would hold us over, but I was like, I really need some actual food at a bar. What the fuck? Had I known, I would have brought more meals with me or something, but, you know, I take full responsibility for this, and I told her this, because she works so many more hours than I do, like, out of the house, and I'm home, that I should have researched. And I have friends that have been to the Bahamas, and they're like, oh, you're going to have such a great time. But I forget that these guys and girls, they like to drink. You know, they like to party, they like to drink. You know, they're not, like, big into shopping and stuff like that.
It's not your fault, though.
And, yeah, but I mean, I should have
It's
looked at it.
not.
I definitely should. But guys, listen to me. If you want to make a girl happy, it's always your fault. It's always your fault. Right, babe? Tell him.
Right, babe.
All right, babe.
I can't argue with that
So in
entirely.
closing, Aaron and I have not decided to part ways and go our separate ways. Because people are going to be like, oh my god, they broke up in their fucking honeymoon? What the fuck?
There's only one way we're
Oh
parting
my
ways
God,
right
yeah,
now.
Death. Like, that's till
Flip
death
them
do
over
us
that
part,
balcony.
fuck. My god. But we are definitely going to go home a day earlier. So I guess the take home from this whole fucking thing that we're doing, and the reason why we're making this video, because we could just not tell anybody, no one would know,
Yeah,
is
no one know.
don't live your life by someone else's fucking standards. You know what I
Yes.
mean? If you're not happy, don't complain about it. Don't fester in it. Don't fucking bullshit around.
Right.
Change your fucking situation and do something about it. You know, like, we would have wound up in Mexico or home. Those are not options most people would have been okay with on their honeymoon. But we want to live our best lives together and not live what we think people think you should do.
Don't say yes or agree to something that you don't want to do.
Right.
If it doesn't work, change it.
And if you don't want to do it and your wife does, you do it anyways. We're out.